Demi here. Okay, so today's video is going to be a quick talk through slash tutorial. I'm going to do a little bit of a demo at the end of eyebrows. Now, I'm going to assume in this video that you have your eyebrows shaped. And the reason I say that is because the techniques that I'm going to go over today are not necessarily for someone who doesn't have a shape to their brows. This means whether you've plucked them, you trim them, you shape them, whatever that is. And I'll show you with my eyebrows. I'll have to pull my hair back because my bangs are like obviously all up on my eyebrows right now. But I'll show you what I mean by that in just a second. First though, I want to cover some ways that you can fill in your brows. So the first thing, and this is the way that I have been doing my brows for a while now, is to fill them in with a wax and a powder. Probably should have, oh, I dropped it. 1 second. Okay, so this is the e.l.f. eyebrow kit. I've actually had 2 of these style where it's the wax and the powder, which looks like this. I hit pan, so I obviously really like this. And it's just a dark wax here and then a eyebrow powder. I've had 2 of these. I also had an NYX one, and I actually really didn't like it as much because it kind of shifted on my skin. But that was also when I was having a really oily phase. So it might have been more of the fact that my skin was oily and that's why it was shifting. So really it depends on your skin type. But this is a type of eyebrow stuff, and you apply that with a small angled brush, which looks like this. You're fine. Yeah, it looks like that. And then the next thing, which I need to grab an eyeshadow for, which I have in here, is just to fill them in with a powder. I used a brown eyeshadow from this random Sephora palette, but it's just like a neutral brown that just matches the tone of my eyebrows. And I actually just filled my brows in with this like thicker eyeliner brush. Doing a powder is good if you have like oily skin because it kind of, it fills in and then it slightly blots just like a little tiny bit. But the only problem with the powder is that they're not like permanently set in your brows. Like with a wax, you set in with the wax and then the powder like sets the wax in. With just a plain powder, there's a chance that you could like, it could come out easily, or it could like fade or just like run. Like sometimes I noticed that it would like poop out the end of my eyebrows and just is not good. And then the last thing that I have to talk about is an eyebrow pencil. This one is completely dead. It's like, whoa, that was bright. It's, oh my freaking god. Is this better? The sun is like, it's so bright that you just can't see anything. Okay, I hope this is better. So it looks like this, but as you can see, it's like, okay, here we go. It's like totally dull. Like I cannot twist it up anymore. But I really like this. This is the Milani automatic pencil that was water resistant, which was important for me because I just have this like terrible fear that my brows are gonna like melt off my face or something bad. Like I'm not gonna know, and I'm gonna go around with like these huge like melty caterpillar eyebrows, like but it has a spoolie on the end, which is actually really important because when you put it in your brow, you can shape your eyebrow hairs with the spoolie. And okay, so I've talked about all the different types of eyebrow stuff, and now I'm going to show you what I do with this stuff. But first I actually need to put my hair up because my bangs are like right where my eyebrows are. I'm probably going to look really stupid, but you know what? I don't actually give a shit, so fuck haters. Okay, so like I said, my eyebrows are already shaped, which means I've just plucked them. Obviously, these are not done. I plucked them with the intention of filling them in, not to leave them natural. In fact, I could not wear foundation or anything. I could leave the house, but I will not leave the house without filling in my brows because it's a bad time. It really is. So what I'm going to do is take this guy, which you've seen before if you watch any of my other videos. Woo, that blinded me. And I'm just going to take the small eyeliner brush, and just get some of that wax on my brush. And then, okay, so when you do your brows, you know, we all know that it's here, here, and here. We all know that trick. But the thing is this rule is as just a general template. But really what it is however wide you want your nose to be is where you should put the end of your brows. So for example, my nose, I want to slim my nose down like this. So I'm actually going to make the start of my eyebrow be right here where it's kind of sparse. So I'm going to just draw that in real quick. It's going to look real stupid at first. See, look at that. Bam! And then again on the other eye. And as you can see, it looks kind of dumb. But then you just go back in and you just blend it out, filling in all the areas. For me, my eyebrows are naturally dark. They're just sparse. So like you can see, whoa, why did that just happen? That's the good thing about wax is like I just messed up really bad and like for some reason it went way above my eyebrow. So with wax, if you haven't set it with the powder, you can just take it off. But anyway, I just kind of run the wax all the way through my eyebrow, kind of keeping with the shape that I have already set. And then here, it's mostly just blending in that kind of awkward, harsh shape that I just made. And then what you can do is take a spoolie and spoolie it out. If you're putting your eyebrows together and you're like, woo, those are dark, like, wasn't ready for that, then a spoolie will be your best friend. A spoolie is going to soften out those harsh edges, and as you can see, this brow looks totally natural now. I mean, it's not like, you know, fresh out of the womb natural, but it's getting there. It doesn't look like this one. And then same goes, oops, I almost forgot to get wax. Same goes for this other eye. You just want, dude, get on there. Okay. You just want to fill them in, making sure to coat the whole brow. Because one of the things about your brows is that you want them to be even. Like an even amount of texture and darkness throughout. Unless you're going for that like ombre brow effect, but I don't mind that on other people. I just don't think it suits me. Because I want my brows to look more natural, and in my opinion, those don't look natural at all. Like, you can really tell that you just doctored your brows. But I think it looks smoking hot on other girls. Like, I look at that, I'm like, damn, I wish I had the nerve to pull that off, but it's just not in me. And then again, with that spoolie, just softening it out. And I think people can get discouraged when they do their brows, because especially if they have sparse eyebrows where they're like, my eyebrows are super thick now, like, oh my god, that's not what I wanted. And what you have to remember is you're just filling in what you already have going on. So if you have sparse brows and you're used to them looking like thinner, it's because you can see the skin. But like now, you can't see the skin through my brows, which is what I wanted, but, you know, they're heavier now. Okay, So the next thing is to take the powder out of that little palette. I don't know why I'm holding that. And this is where you're going to set everything in. So starting from that middle shape that I just made, I want that to I really want that to set because I don't want that to move. Because that's really, this whole section is not actually a part of my eyebrow. I made that part of my eyebrow. So I want it to look nice, but I want it to stay. That's the point. And then, you know, everywhere you put wax, which for me is my whole brow, so I'm just kind of filling in. And this powder has like a nice kind of rich brown undertone to it, so it looks really natural, but I have this kit in medium, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, in medium. And like, it will not be this dark if you get the light one, especially for blonde hair. And then just take your spoolie one more time. And the spoolie with the powder, like the powder part of this step, is good because it's going to put the powder in all the little sections of hair that have the wax on them. And the wax is good because you can also like make your brow hairs go in a certain direction if you want. And that's good for those of you girls that or guys that have long eyebrow hairs like I do, because then you can like tame them into shape and not, you know, have to worry about like some crazy eyebrows going on. And then the last thing that I do, and this is like, I don't ever skip this step. This is like the most important step for me. I take a white eyeliner pencil, and actually now that I have bangs, I don't do the top like I used to because you don't see the top of my eyebrows anymore, so it doesn't matter. But if you don't have bangs, then I would recommend putting it on the top. But what I do is I take a white eyeliner and I just run it directly underneath my brows. And then I extend it just a little bit because my brows are naturally kind of short. So I want the highlight to like keep going. And then, so I stop about there, and then what I do is I just connect it all the way across. Like a little patch of white. And then I just do the same thing on this side. And yes, it's gonna look a little crazy, actually a lot crazy at first, but that's because you have like these big huge white triangles on your face. This is gonna completely go away here in a second. Like that. You don't need to put it on with a heavy hand, but I mean you do want it like it's white right now. Okay, and then using whatever, where does it go? Using whatever powder you used for your face, in which case mine is this e.l.f. powder in honey. I actually really like this stuff, but anyway. And then a puff. This is the one I always use. It's a MAC puff. I just really like the way it like works. And then with like one of your weaker fingers, so your ring or your pinky finger, kind of softly blend that out. Especially make sure you blend out the edges because you don't want like a white line over there. But just kind of blend out the edges. The topmost parts can still be white. You just don't want it to be like a triangle. And then you just take your powder puff and you set the whole thing. And that's it. Your eyebrows are set and done now. They are highlighted, filled in, set. They're not going to move. And then, in my case, put my hair back down. And that's what they look like. If you have any questions about products or anything like that, like always, leave them down below. Or my ask box at beauty2eyesgalore.tumblr.com. I hope you like this video. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye!